welcome back to my channel. I am here to go over the Lavender and Speckles scents pre-order list. This is her Merry Little Christmas pre-order. It will be on Friday, October 3rd, 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. Central Time. So I wasn't going to do this video because her lists are incredibly long, and so there's no way that I can go through every blend or we would be here for like a 6-hour video. So what I thought I'd do is just go through the list and talk through some things, try to highlight blends if there's blends that I've tried, if there are blends that sound good to me that I want to pick up. That's what I'm looking to highlight. If you have a certain blend that you are interested in and I didn't talk about it, please leave it in the comments down below. If I have experience, I'll try to answer, or if other viewers have experience, please answer people's questions and comments, or, make this as question and answer heavy in the comment section as possible, because her lists are crazy in a good way, but they can definitely be overwhelming. And when you're trying to narrow down to a subset, I know that it is hard. And so every opinion matters when you're trying to figure out what scent you want to get. So like I said, this is from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. Central Time. I have gotten a few comments lately from individuals that have missed previous pre-orders, not with Lavender and Speckles, but with vendors in general, because they came on too late and the vendor was closed. So my best advice with any vendor opening, but including this one, is to order as soon as you possibly can. As soon as she opens or pretty close after, I would try to get your order in. It is not a guarantee that she'll be open this whole time. She has a certain turnaround time, like anybody else, and she needs to close it in order to reach her turnaround time. So she might get to the point where she's at her limit. So my best encouragement is, if you can, please try to order, as soon as you're physically able to after the pre-order opens, to ensure you actually get your orders in. She is more than great with communication on Facebook. So I know that if she is closing early, she will tell us and she will post about it. And in general, I think Lavender and Speckles does stay open a long time. But I just want to give that piece of advice here. If you're new to Lavender and Speckles or new to pre-orders in general, they do have some sort of limit of orders. And so just try, if you can, and if you're, wanting to order, to place it as close to that 3 p.m. Central Time as possible. Okay. Yep. This is a big list. So she's got many different formats of wax: clams, 6-count shape bags, 12-count shape bags, 24-count souffle cups, tubs, and loaves. I really love the 6-count shape bags. Those are my favorite way to get her wax. I also really enjoy and appreciate the clamshells, but you obviously have a lot of different options. Goes into shipping rate, so I'll let you read all of that. Samplers. So let's scroll down to some of the graphics. She does not have the graphics up for all of the samplers yet, but there is a hot cocoa sampler, which sounds really pretty. I am not a big hot cocoa person, and so I might get some of these individually, but I definitely don't need a whole sampler of them. But this sounds like such interesting combinations for hot cocoa. So that sounds so fun. If you're new to Lavender and Speckles, or if you're wanting to try an array of wax, I could not recommend her samplers enough. I think she does them the best in the vendor wax business, and a lot of them are created by customers, by us. And I really admire that about her. She doesn't have to do that. I'm sure that takes a lot of extra time on her hands to make samplers with individuals. I'm working on one with her right now for probably early spring, I would think. And it's a lot of back and forth. It's a lot of communication. It's a lot of her testing oils and pouring. And so I can only imagine how much work goes into making these samplers. So I really, really applaud her for working with customers to do that. Gingerbread sampler. I was looking for Amy in here, and Amy does have a scent, which is no surprise. I'm going to drink coffee as I do this, so I apologize for little gaps. This is a long list. I got to have a cup of coffee, you know. Probably not a sampler for me, but if you like gingerbread, that sounds really nice. Old-fashioned Christmas sampler. Love these. Twinkling tinsel sounds really, really pretty. I love that it's kind of a mini sampler. The classy sampler. All of these sound so good. I'm not going to pick this one up only because it's in these soft parasol cups. And I've talked about this in my empty, so I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I'm just not a big fan of those cups, I've decided. And so I'm going to avoid those in the future, I think. And then just keep an eye out for these scents to be brought back to a main list. Beth is really fantastic about taking samplers and putting them on the main list at some point for you to pick up larger sizes. That was my biggest complaint with samplers from vendors in the past, is that you get a sampler, then to me, the idea of a sampler is that you can try a bunch of scents and then you can buy the ones in full size that you like. While some other vendors that I've tried samplers from, then you never get the option to buy the full size. And I think to me that kind of defeats the purpose of the sampler. So Beth does a fantastic job about bringing scents back from samplers and putting them on the main list. She also just takes requests so well. And so if there's something that you fell in love with from a sampler and requests from her, I know she, works really hard to put them on the list. So I don't think the rest of them have been released yet, but we've got a crackling birch sampler. We have a winter destination sampler. I know this one is from Sterling, and he does some amazing blends, so I'm very intrigued to see this one. Christmas cookie sampler, and then a New Year's Eve mini sampler. So I'm thinking a lot of bubbly and fizzy type of fragrances. So those are the samplers, and then hopefully she reveals the rest of the list soon, or the rest of the scents in those samplers soon. Then she has a section of single oil blends, and so just, I guess what it sounds like, it's a single oil. She doesn't have to mix with anything. It's available in all of those sizes as well. Whiskey Sweet is like the sweet whiskey, or whatever it's called from Bath and Body. It's a very deep kind of amber, perfumey fragrance. Bougie as well, I think, is a perfume dupe fragrance, but that one leans more on the sweet and floral side. We've got caramel pumpkin swirl, coconut cream pie, confetti cake pop. Confetti cake pop is intriguing me. I'm not going to pick it up. My list is very small. I think I have 8 scents on my list total because I went crazy for the fall pre-order, so I got to rein it in. But this sounds like a really nice vanilla that you can use on its own, or you could use as a blender. Crystallized ginger and spiced amber. Very intrigued by this one. I don't know what crystallized ginger smells like, but very interesting idea. Vanilla Bean Noel, that is the Bath & Body Works type. I love Vanilla Bean Noel. Fireside Embers. Sophisticated is the Angel Share type. Snowflakes and Cashmere, I don't know if that's a Bath & Body Works type or not. Ice Vanilla Woods, I love her Ice Vanilla Woods. If you like masculine scents, if you like lavender, it's very fresh. I don't even know how best to describe it. It makes the air in the room feel cold, kind of. It's got that chilly feel to it. I love this scent so much in blends and also on its own. I've got many bags of this from her, so I don't need to pick up any more. But if you like masculine and some lavender, this is a really good one. Palo Santo. Her Palo is one of the best out there. I think L3 does a great Palo as well, but I absolutely love Beth's Palo. Maple Chai and Cream, Snickerdoodle, Sugar Cookie Royale, Flannel. This is one that's tempting me because I love flannel so much, but I'm trying to think that, and this is not on my list currently, because I'm trying to think that I have flannel that are in a lot of blends. Do I really need it on its own? But I love flannel Bath and Body Works type, so that sounds really nice. Cranberry and Clove, 'Tis the Season. I'm wondering if that's like a dupe for the Bath and Body Works candle as well. Peppermint. Her peppermint is very strong, very intense, like will clear your nose out. It's a great peppermint. Pie crust. Oh my gosh. This might seem like a basic scent, but don't think of it that way. Her pie crust is hands down the best pie crust I've ever smelled. You really get the pie crust. It's strong. You get a lot of bakery notes to it. Some pie crust oils, I feel like, get lost in a scent or they get in the background. Not this one. This would be a great blender scent if you like bakery. What else? Anything else standing out to me? Coffee House, she's got a fantastic coffee, and she's got a few coffee blends on this list that I'm definitely intrigued about. And then Sweet Lavender. And then we get into the individual blend list, which is where things get really, really crazy. First one on the list is actually the one I want the most out of anything on this list. So last year, and I don't know if this was part of this sampler or not, but there was a Birchwood Pine sampler. Maybe it was by this Lori. There was a Birchwood Pine sampler that I did not get. And then later on, I got a sample of it and of one of the scents, I should say. And I was like totally having regrets for not picking up that sampler. And so there are a few scents on here that have Birchwood Pine in it that I'm definitely intrigued by. This one being the number one because it's Birchwood Pine mixed with peppermint and buttercream frosting. I think this sounds like such a beautiful Christmas scent. I love Birchwood Pine. It's very tree heavy. Her peppermint, like I said, is very strong, very nose clearing. And then the creaminess of the buttercream frosting. This is number one on my list to pick up. Blackberry Noel looks like another Birchwood Pine scent. Bless Your Gingerbread. This has the Brasilia Crush 71 scent. So if you have just used or tried the caramel macadamia nut from Scentsy, it's that fragrance. It's toasted macadamia nut, tonka bean, etc. So mixing that with the white cake, the beach nights, the gingerbread sounds like a really heavy bakery fragrance. Blue Peppermint Palo and Blue Sugar Balsam, both scents from Steph's Blue Sugar sampler. Highly recommend. If I had to pick one, I would pick the one with balsam. It's just so pretty, and I love tree, obviously. So anything with tree in, it definitely draws me to it. Bourbon Eggnog and French Toast. Her bourbon oils are great. This sounds like a great bakery scent. By the Chimney, I've loved in the past. This is very tree heavy, but you get the smokiness from the By the Fireplace type. Candy Apple Cocktail. Candy Cane Beach, blend by Ashley Overly. This is an amazing scent. And if I didn't have a lot in my collection, I would pick up more of this. And honestly, I still might. We'll see. But this is beautiful. The candy cane, it's not that sharp peppermint like I've been talking about in this other part of the list. It is very candy cane. It's got the sugar. It's got the sweetness to it. The mint is not as strong. And then you get the boardwalk marshmallow. You get the creamy beach nights. If you like beach nights and you like peppermint to any effect, I highly recommend this one. It's fantastic. Childhood Memories. That sounds like an interesting combination with the cotton candy. Kris Kringle Mart. This one was on my first list, and then I've scratched it off of my second just because I'm trying to, be good. But this sounds like a really cozy and nostalgic Christmas scent. Similar with the next one, Christmas Carol, and again, we have the birchwood pine in there. Oh, this is where it gets so hard. I'm a sucker for a Christmas scent. Christmas Cocoa, so looks like some bakery, some cocoa, some peppermint. Christmas Figgy Paulo. I'm not a huge fig person, but that sounds like a really unique combination. Christmas Fireside. Let's see, Christmas in July. This is it looks like summertime focused. You get the cake and pine cones, which has strawberry pound cake in it. I do think you get a lot of the strawberry pound cake, but her pine cone is my favorite pine cone out of anybody. I think it's the best. I wonder how much pine cone you would pick up with this because you're getting the boom boom, the cotton candy, the strawberry pound cake. You've got a lot of strong notes in this scent. But I have had her cake and pine cones before and really loved it. Christmas Memories sounds like a good mix of tree and bakery. Christmas Morning Eggnog. This is also one that's on my list. I'm getting into coffee, and this one being mixed with the pine cone, the bourbon, the eggnog, this sounds just decadent and something that I would want to melt on a Sunday morning when I can be home all day and it's really cozy. I'm really enjoying the coffee when it's mixed with something else. Christmas Wreath. This is the citrus wreath type, I think from Bath & Body, if you like that scent. Cranberry Garland, classic. Crushed Candy Cane Eggnog. Dashing Through the Snow. This is another one that is on my list. I love buttermint. So buttermint, white woods, fresh snow, pink sugar, and creamy vanilla. I'm picturing this scent being a beautiful bedroom scent where you're getting the buttermint, but you're getting the sweetness from the pink sugar. It's very, very creamy from the snow and the vanilla. I think this is going to be so pretty in the bedroom and just feminine and gorgeous. Snow and Laundry. Then we have Holiday Surf. This is her Vanilla Surf. To me is her dupe or her take on, I shouldn't say dupe, it's her take on Vanilla Waves from Scentsy. Don't know how much of that scent you would really get because Twisted Peppermint and Sweater Weather are incredibly strong, but maybe you would get some of that creaminess, a little bit of the sea salt, the caramel. Holiday Wassail, Classic Christmas, Naughty List. Sounds good if you like pretzels. Lavender Snow on the Beach. This is one that she did for the Salt Mountain in memory of Amanda Dixon Preorder. I think it's supposed to be a take on one of Amanda's scents. I'm not entirely sure, but the only qualm I have with this, or just question I have about it, is I don't really understand what Snowflakes and Cashmere type is like, but I love lavender and coconut milk, and I love beach marshmallow, but I might just need to get this one to try it. I loved Amanda's lavender blends. Matt's Breakfast Blend and Peppermint Milkshake. Matt's Breakfast Blend is such a good coffee scent, and then just adding the peppermint, yum. Merry and Bright. This is the Bright Christmas Morning type. Morning Cup of Christmas. This is one that's also on my list. Coffee blended with sugar cookies, peppermint, and balsam fir. The peppermint and the balsam is what really got me. Can you believe how many coffee scents are on my list? Are you guys proud of me? I'm proud of myself. North Pole Cravings, another coffee. Oh, Christmas Tree, Roasted Pine Cone and Palo Santo. Just classic. That's a really good one. I've had that before. Palo Santa. This is Summer Michelle's blend. This is a great bakery pine cone scent. To me, this does lean a little bit spicy. The cinnamon sugar donut, I think, is a little bit spicier than you might anticipate. So just know and understand that if you're not really a big spice person, the Palo Santo ones might not be for you, but these have grown on me a ton. I really, really like them. At first, I enjoyed them, but the spice was a little too intense for me. But now I think I'm more into spice than I used to be a year or two ago, and I'm loving these a lot more now. Palo Santo mixed with cinnamon buttercream eggnog. So if you just want some more cinnamon, but also some more bakery notes. Partridge in a Pear Tree. Tempted by this one because it's the birchwood pine. I have a blend from her. I think that was in the Birchwood Pine Custom. That's Birchwood Pine, Pear, and Icy Vanilla Woods. And I love that scent so much. So it feels like a similar scent, but you have the black cardamom and cream. That oil is so, so good. I bet that is a beautiful blend. So this one at the moment is not on my list, but it's definitely tempting me. Amaretto Peach Pine. So more birchwood pine. This one's spicy peaches, peach pie filling, and amaretto. Pecans, pine cones, and pie. Yum. Peppermint eggnog espresso. Peppermint lace, so peppermint and vanilla lace type. Pipe smoke and spiced chestnuts. I've had her other blends called pipe smoke before and really enjoyed it. It is a very warm, cozy tobacco smoky scent. Ribbon candy. I'm kind of surprised about the notes on this one. Isn't ribbon candy a little peppermint leaning? Am I crazy? But this has notes of fresh squeezed oranges, sweet strawberry, a fun holiday mix of fruits, citrus, and bursting greenery. I mean, sounds like just like a big candy dish kind of, but then you also get the greenery notes. Santa sleigh. Smells like Christmas, just classic Christmas. Smoked gingerbread. Snow days. Snowflakes. Snowflake sounds really good. Other than the spearmint, I'm a little iffy on spearmint. It gives me like wintergreen chewing tobacco vibes, and nobody wants that while they're smelling wax, or at least I don't. But if you like spearmint, that sounds really pretty. Stocking full of coal. This is really nice. It's a very woodsy, tree, oud wood, incensey type of scent. Don't let the unripened tomato scare you. I think it gives it just a hint of earthiness, but it doesn't smell like an unripe tomato. It smells very just kind of earthy, incensey. Strawberry balsam. She says it's a Christmas favorite. Sugar plum rain. This was from the Rain sampler, I believe. Sugared chestnuts and zucchini bread. Sweet and smoky snickerdoodle pie. I think that one is from Amy's, the pie sampler that she did. Aside with Rip, because he started barking like he wanted to go out. So you might hear some night insect noises in the background. Tea with Mrs. Claus. Sounds really pretty if you like tea scents. Ugly Christmas sweater. I bet that's going to be like the strongest scent you've ever put in your warmers. Eucalyptus and sweater weather both are just incredibly intense scents. Ultimate Christmas bakery sounds good. Vanilla pumpkin dreamland if you like cupcakes at Tiffany's. And with the barking dog in the background. Vanilla sugar fireside marshmallow. Vanilla. This is such an amazing scent by Jenny, Just Jenny here on YouTube. It's got vanilla snowflake type, which is one of my favorite Bath & Body Works scents, creamy vanilla, and pie crust. So I've talked about her pie crust before, how much I love it. This is an absolutely stunning scent. Highly, highly recommend. Visions of Sugar Plum. This is a summer scent. If you like plum, you definitely get some tangerine. You get some spices to it. Great Christmas scent. Another summer blend, Winter Berries. Roasted pine cone, sweet blackberries, and icy vanilla wood. Love this one so much. Another summer scent. Summer, pick a letter that doesn't start with W. I'm just kidding. Winter Wonderland is balsam fir, hint of dirt, roasted pine cones, fresh mountain air, marshmallow fireside, and snowy mint. This is definitely an earthy tree scent. I love it. I do think you need to like dirt a little bit. You need to like the earthy scents to appreciate this one, but I think this one is amazing. And then finally, Winter Green Forest. Then we get into the Christmas cookie tray part of this. I might blow through this one pretty quickly, and I say that because since I'm not a big bakery person, I haven't tried most of these. I will say this first one, her beach marshmallow cookies, is amazing. So it sounds like this one, it just has the extra smoky, creamy marshmallow fireside. We've got blackberry jam cookie cornbread, blackberry marshmallow cookie pretzel. She's got a great pretzel. Cabin cookies. I think this is a pretty popular fragrance from her. Caramel and eggnog cookies. Caramel apple crunch cookies. Christmas tree and cookies. I've had this one in the past, and I really didn't get much performance from it. So I'd be curious to try again because I love anything roasted pine cone mixed with the cookies and the vanilla. It's a beautiful fragrance on cold. I just wish I had gotten a little bit better performance with it. But like I mentioned before, I love her roasted pine cone. Cider pretzel cookies. This is one that Natalie has been wanting back. So I know that this is one that Natalie really loves and would recommend. Coconut mint cookies. Sounds really interesting. Cozy cookie crumble. I wonder how the sandalwood. What is sandalwood sugar cookies? Nicole, tell me all the things about cozy cookie crumble. That's from your cozy sampler, is that right? Cream cheese oatmeal cookies. I'm not a huge oatmeal fan, but if you are, that sounds really nice. Eggnog cookies and pumpkin chai tea. Maraschino cherry sugar cookies. I would be very tempted to get this one if I didn't have as much maraschino sugar cookie or whatever from Scentsy, but I've got so much of that. I'm trying to not overdo it on the cherry. Cherry is a scent for me that I'm just now getting into, and it has to be done well. It has to be very bakery heavy. And this sounds like it absolutely would be, but I'm tempted by this one, but I need to avoid it because of how much cherry I currently have and not wanting to overdo it. Apollo frosted sugar cookies, classic. Peppermint sugar cookies, pine cones, spice and sugar cookie, Santa's cookie tray, Santa's pajama party. Santa's pajama party is one that I was interested in because I love milk and cookies. I love the tree, and then you get the sweet candy cane. Again, I would think that this mint is not the nose clearing peppermint. It's more of the sweet, sugary candy cane. Sophisticated treats. I think this was part of Summer Sophisticated Sampler. So Sophisticated, remember, is the angel share perfume type. And then spearmint cookies, which, like I said, I'm not a huge spearmint fan. And then we get into bakery. Autumn Island pie. This, I believe, is from Amy's Pie Sampler. Bake sale. Banana, nutmeg, French toast. Berry picking. Curious about this one because this one seems like it would be perfumey with blackberry musk and vanilla bliss. It seems like slightly smoky, fruity perfume. I bet I would love this scent in a bedroom. blueberry and orange cream French toast, blueberry zucchini bread. Bakery, this is from Summer's Campfire Marshmallow Sampler. I think this one, at least the little bit that I've smelled of it, is pretty pumpkin sugar donut heavy. So you definitely have to like that, but beautiful scent. Let's see, buttercream and zucchini bread espresso, yum, more coffee. Cake overload, caramel chai 7-Up pound cake, caramel gingerbread pretzel milkshake. The options are endless. You could get anything you ever wanted for Christmas on this list. Cider cinnamon rolls. So cinnamon roll mixed with cider lane and zucchini bread. That sounds very interesting. Coffee. Crystal Confections. This was from, I think, the grape sampler that Cody did. I'm not a grape person, but what is iced wine? Like iced wine. We need like a wine sampler. Oh, wouldn't that be fun? Family Tradition. Love her bourbon butterscotch. That sounds really, really nice. Hazelnut and vanilla. Sounds like a nice, slight warm, maybe a little bit more bakery, heavy kind of perfumey scent. Lemon marshmallow meringue. My cup of tea for the tea lovers. Tea and cakes and fluffy marshmallows. I love tea and cakes, but not so much for the holidays, more for spring and summer. It's an intense scent though, so you definitely gotta like tea and cakes, I think, to enjoy something like that. Pumpkin praline custard pie, I think another one from Amy's Pie Sampler. Razzleberry pie. So this one seems almost like a summer pie to me. Am I crazy? Like it seems very fresh, very fruity, like something I would want to melt on the 4th of July. Smoked Treats, Donut Shop, Apollo, and smoked vanilla. Spiced blueberry waffle pie, another Amy blend. Strawberries and fresh baked bread. This, I think, would be up my alley for sure. The bakery that I tend to like these days is the bread scents. I mean, I enjoy a lot of bakery, but the ones that I really feel like I enjoy now are the bread, and just smells like you've been cooking all day. Sugared vanilla and strawberry pound cake. So this one's got warm vanilla sugar, the Bath and Body Works type, and then boardwalk marshmallow clouds in it. Yum. Sweet lavender and peppermint frosting. That sounds really good. Sweet lavender, peppermint, cotton candy frosting. I think the cotton candy frosting would just give it that sweetness. Oh, that sounds really nice. Tea and temperament. So adding in the lavender with the Earl Grey tea. Fresh lavender is making me think this is more of an herbal leaning lavender. And then lastly, for what section are we on? Bakery, right? I'm getting confused. I think this is the end of bakery. Vanilla, pumpkin, coconut pie. And then we get into winter/other, which you all know this is where I live. Like this is my vibe. So there are definitely a few on this list I'm very, very intrigued by. I can't read what that first word is, but maybe apple spice and birch. That sounds really pretty. Autumn Embers. This is from Summer's Campfire Marshmallow Sampler. This one is on my list. The cedar wood in this, to me, it smells like fresh sawdust. Like it smells like a freshly cut tree. It's so pretty. It kind of made me think, it's not the same scent by any means, but if you've had Pawpaw from Teddy B's, like when I smelled the cedar wood in this, that's what it made me think of, is like the sawdust shavings. Plus, then you get all the autumn spices and, pumpkin and apple as well. I love that one. So definitely going to pick up some more of that. Then we have one of my blends, or a combo of my blends that she did. So peppermint barbershop and warm vanilla sugar. So icy peppermint, and then those other notes all encompass barbershop, and then you have the warm vanilla sugar. So warm vanilla sugar being the Bath and Body Works type, leans a little feminine perfume. The barbershop leans masculine cologne a little bit, or like an aftershave, and then you get the peppermint. I've never had these blended together, but I love barbershop so much, and Beth has the best barbershop, hands down, no question, of anybody I've ever tried. So that sounds fantastic. I'm obviously biased, but I love her barbershop. Bewitched Me Body and Soul. I'm curious about this one. The Don't Be Shy type, that's a perfume, correct? And is that Killian? Who does Don't Be Shy? I don't know. But Orange Marshmallow Whip and Beach Marshmallow, that sounds intriguing to me because I feel like the orange has enough blender notes that it wouldn't be crazy orange. Sometimes orange and citrus, I need it to be blended with other things to really enjoy it because it can be too intense. But that sounds really, really pretty. Blackberries and Peonies. She says, think body care, not floral. By Land or Sea. I think you gotta like tree to like this one. I don't know if I've ever tried it, or, my Lavender and Speckles collection is pretty large, so it might be in there and I've just never melted it. Cereal at the Beach. I think Cami did a copper tone sampler over the summer, so I bet this one is from that. And Cinnamon, Cold December Morning, Cozy Book Nook. This one sounds very intriguing. I love these types of scents. I talked earlier about how much I love flannel. You get the warm, cozy, kind of perfumey cashmere cedar. I don't know what Gentleman's Library smells like, but I'm imagining like leather and suede, or maybe tobacco and, that type of fragrance. This does feel like a very cozy, you're reading on a rainy Saturday afternoon, like in your office or something. Cozy Cashmere Blanket, Cozy Cow. I love that name. That's very fun. Cozy Nights. I have this blend, I believe, in a clamshell in my collection. I haven't warmed it yet, but you definitely get the patchouli, but it is such a good patchouli. If you're looking to try patchouli, if you've never tried it, if you're curious about it, and I think this would be a good one because it's blended with so many other things. It makes it creamy. The Marshmallow Fireside, you get some smokiness, and the patchouli is not too intense. Creamy Campfire. I think this also is a Summer Michelle blend from the Campfire Marshmallow Sampler. Deja Vu, Donut Shop Palo, Cranberry and Birch. Again, I think is a summer scent. Fireside Marshmallows and Smoke, just classic. Forest Fire. This one, to me, it says hint of smoky firewood. To me, this one's smoky. I think you gotta like smoke to appreciate this one, at least in my opinion. But if you like trees and you like smoke, I think you would definitely enjoy that one. Frosty Night sounds really, really lovely. Golden Leaves. I just got this one in her leaf sampler that she did in the fall pre-order. Really enjoy this one. It's definitely a more bakery kind of leaning take on leaves. It's the Bath and Body Works sleeve, so it's definitely got that spice to it. But the maple bourbon, the pumpkin caramel give it a little bit bakery leaning type of fragrance. Icy Mittens, Lavender Girl. Lavender Girl is beautiful. It's sweet lavender, but I almost feel like it pulls a little bit herbal. Maybe it's the ocean air and the apples. If you like Snow Cones by the Sea from Teddy B's, if you like Orchard by the Sea from Scentsy, that type of scent, I think you would like this one. They're different, obviously, because this one has the lavender buttercream, but all of those scents have the ocean air, the apples. It's a very salty sea air with apple type of fragrance. And then they all have their kind of different take on that scent. But it's very fresh, it's aquatic, a great spring and summer. Have your windows open, cleaning the house, or just freshening up the house. If you've cooked something that maybe is kind of lingering, it's that type of scent. It's really, really pretty. Lavender Lace. This is from Summer's Campfire Marshmallow Sampler, and this one is definitely on my list to get. I love this scent on cold from the sampler that she just did, and so I want to pick up more of it. Definitely has a very sweet lavender feel to it. You get the Let Them Eat cake, which is like a perfumey body care vanilla. And so that mixed with the lavender, this is so beautiful. And I cannot wait to melt this in my bedroom. Lovely. That's a lot of types that I don't know anything about, so that's interesting. Midnight Ash, another Campfire Marshmallow summer scent. Most Seriously Displeased, if you like tobacco and black tea. Mountain Fresh Laundry. I love this scent so much. This is Mountain Fresh, the downy type, roasted pine cone, and fresh cut grass. I've gotten this scent in customs many times. I love this. I've talked about her roasted pine cones a lot, but in this blend, you get the roasted pine cones, you get the grass, and I love fresh cut grass. This is a great take on a laundry blend if you want the laundry to be toned down a little bit, and then you want to add some earthy notes. It's still laundry, don't get me wrong. Like, you're going to smell laundry, but it's not headache-inducing, incredibly intense. You definitely get the earthy tones in the grass. I really love that one and highly recommend it. Palo and Tons of Vanilla, classic scent. And like I said, her Palo is amazing. Paradise Laundry, I've never tried this, but I'm definitely curious about it. The Beja, if I'm saying that correctly, floor type. I want to say that's a Sol de Janeiro type. So you're getting like sweet perfumey, if I'm thinking about this correctly, plus the laundry. Like, that sounds very intriguing. Peppermint Sea, this one is on my list. I was checking my spreadsheet and I don't have any more of it. I love this scent so much. This is aquatic, ozonic, and then a lot of peppermint. Very, very strong, a great performer. This is beautiful. If you like those ozonic, salty sea airs, like crisp, clean air scents, plus adding like a very intense nose clearing peppermint, this is the scent for you. Pine Cones and Cream, pomegranate and balsam tea, raspberry woods. I've had that before. That was her raspberry sampler, I think. Shoreline Sparks, another one from Summer's Campfire Marshmallow sampler that I am getting more of. I love this one. The buttermint, the musk, the driftwood. I don't even know how to describe it. I feel like you get the driftwood and sea salt. There's something very ozonic about it. But you pick up the musk. It's a little bit perfumey leaning. The buttermint is there, but it's not too strong on the mint. I think it just adds like an extra creaminess and an extra freshness. And then the Campfire Marshmallow just ties it all together. Beautiful scent, again, I feel like for my bedroom. So I'm for sure picking up more of that. Smoked Red Maple. This has Radiant Red Maple type. Not my favorite Bath & Body Works candle ever, but if you've had Apple S'mores from Scentsy, I feel like that is a very similar, if not pretty darn close scent to Radiant Red Maple. So think that if you've never tried the candle, plus, the smoky vanilla and the Bonfire Bliss, I think this will definitely be a very smoky fragrance. Smoked Sugar Pine, Snowman Contest, Snuggle Time, Soft Cashmere and Fig. Very interesting. I know a lot of people love fig scents. Strawberry and vanilla birch, just a classic. I love anything with vanilla birch in it. Strawberry clouds. This sounds really pretty. So her strawberry musk, I'm sure you've tried it. It's very, very popular from her, but it's strawberry pound cake mixed with icy vanilla woods. And then you're adding the boardwalk marshmallow clouds. So I think you get more of a perfuminess maybe from the addition of the boardwalk marshmallow clouds, but also get the beautiful icy vanilla woods. That sounds really, really lovely. Violet pine cones. This is one of my blends that I did in customs. So I was trying to emulate a scent from Teddy Bees that I wish was a little bit stronger. Like I wish I had gotten more pine cone from it. I can't even think of what that scent is called now, like vanilla orchid noir or something like that. And I love this scent. It sounds maybe a little bit of an interesting combination, but if you like pine cone, I think you would really like this. So it's the Delicia Drench Sol de Janeiro type. So it's got the violets and like the sandalwood, beautiful violet perfumey scent, creamy beach marshmallow, and then you get the roasted pine cone. Very excited. My custom has been sitting for a few months now, so I can start warming it, in particular in my bedroom. But that was kind of the inspiration on that, was to create something that maybe had more roasted pine cone in it than that vanilla orchid noir I was really getting. And maybe, I mean, this is a Lavender and Speckles video, so I don't want to go too much into Teddy Bees here, but maybe that scent just needs some cure time and those blends will all come together more, or those oils. But I don't even care, because this scent from Lavender and Speckles is so good. I'm very happy with how that custom turned out. Sweet and smoky, vanilla pine cones. I love vanilla pine cones. If you are looking to try tree for the first time, dip your toe in tree land. This is a great one because it's very, very creamy vanilla. The vanilla is very present. And so I think this is a great starter pine cone scent. Waffle Woods. I do have this one. You definitely gotta like pumpkin pecan waffles, but it's very pretty. Winter Hike, I'm tempted by this one because it's just all tree. And you all know how I feel about tree, but I'm also like, Alexis, how many tree blends do you need? I hope one day I never get tired of tree, because when that day comes, I'm in trouble because I've got a lot of tree in my collection, but that sounds so pretty. Winter Laundry Queen. This sounds like a really nice, almost perfumey laundry scent. I don't even know what to think about it. You got apples and maple, but then you have violet. Like it seems all over the place, like in a good way. I couldn't even begin to guess what this scent smells like. Winter Lavender Glow. Winter Reserve. This was one of my bourbon sampler blends. I'm definitely picking up more of this one. I love this scent. So I love her bourbon. I talk about her bourbon oil all the time. Then you get the vanilla balsam and cranberry marmalade. Great Thanksgiving into Christmas, into winter type of fragrance. And then finally, Sophisticated Vanilla Santal. This is one of summer's sophisticated scents. So that is everything on the list, other than, of course, some of the samplers haven't been revealed yet. And obviously I wasn't able to go through every scent just because of the sheer volume of this list, but I hope that was helpful. Please let us know in the comments down below, what are ones that you love, that you recommend? Do you have questions about any? Is there any that are on your list? I would love to hear all of your thoughts. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.